More answers, presented by Mazda BT-50. More is more.
Hello there, welcome to our weekly look at what's going on in AFL. I'm Russell Barwick, he's Sam Kekovich, part of the North Melbourne Team of the Century. North Melbourne proudly sponsored by our great mates at Mazda and the BT-50. I've got to ask you a question. James Hird, with all the drama going on, where do you think James Hird will end up in this whole saga?
That's a very good question. I mean, it's subject to a lot of speculation, but if you look at it on face value, you've got to say one thing: he's a fairly determined and resilient individual.
You have to admire.
You've got to admire
he has not wavered.
No.
One iota, despite tons of mud being slung his way, and despite little leaks being appeared in the papers, etc.
At the end of the day, unless he's exonerated, I'm saying, and I mean total exoneration, he's been stigmatised to such an extent.
He has to go.
If it is even remotely a little bit of that stigma is attached to him, you'd almost have to say it's untenable.
Well, you almost think that behind the scenes someone is saying, if you want everybody to be exonerated, there's got to be a fall guy.
Yeah.
And James Hird, knowing James Hird and the way he is appearing, I don't know him that well personally, I'm of the opinion he will say, I will take the fall so that the club remains strong.
I'm not so sure. Yeah, well, there's no doubt about that. He's a wonderful club man, and James is, his integrity is beyond question.
He'll be looked after, but I'm just saying there will be a fall.
Being looked after.
There
That's
will
not his
be
issue.
a fall guy, and it will be James Hird, and I don't think that
no, I'm not so
the
sure
AFL
that's the
will
case.
stand for anything other than that.
You asked me the question. I think it's very much in the balance.
Okay. Should Collingwood now be legitimate flag contenders?
Well, if you thought 2 weeks ago, as we all did, that Sydney were going to be the nominal favourites and probably the side most likely, and when you consider the way Collingwood dismantled them at their very own game with the stoppages and the contested ball, you're going to have to argue very strongly that Collingwood can be the real deal.
But they're going to have to win outside the top four.
Well,
and
that's okay.
Tough.
Well, you can. It's tough.
It's hard.
Can be done. Adelaide have done it before.
And potentially they might have to go across to Perth and play Fremantle.
They may do that. But when you consider the big plus was Luke Ball back on the side, the young blokes, Thomas and Elliott, doing very, very well.
Oh, no,
and their midfield is fantastic. And Grundy in the ruck.
Yeah.
In fact, Jolly may not find his way back in the side.
OK, what about your blokes? What do you need next year to make the top 8?
Look, I don't think we need a great deal. We could do with a key defender and I guess another key forward. But there's not really a great deal we need.
The mental ability to win the games.
Well,
it
is slightly psychological. I know.
Absolutely.
I know Brad said that we're not good enough. I don't subscribe to that in total. I think some of our very best is the equivalent to any side in the competition.
But your
worst, the sustainability over
your worst is also down there with the Melbournes.
Well, no, I don't agree with that. I think our inability to sustain a contest over a period of 4 quarters.
So what you're saying is not good enough is a cop-out for not fit enough, long enough.
No, we're fit enough. There's no doubt about that. We could do with another midfielder with genuine pace.
OK. Righto, that'll do it. We'll leave him be. North Melbourne, they'll be back next year, no doubt about that. So will the Mazda people, and so will this particular segment. We hope you can join us at least, not even next year, next week.